Hello, hello friends. Happy Stamptember. I'm here with the unboxing of the limited edition 2022 Stamptember Halloween card kit. This kit is not part of the monthly kit releases, the monthly subscription. This is a standalone kit. Every year for Stamptember, Simon does several limited edition kits. They sell out incredibly quickly. I am super excited. I actually do not know what's in this. So I'm excited. So I will link to the kit and then I'll link to anything that is available individually. Last year the Halloween kit sold out in minutes, I think. It was ridiculous, but they've been trying to stock more this year and we'll just see. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Oh, yes. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Okay. So many things. Oh, got even matching candy. Love. Okay. We have one of Simon's glue sticks. So you get that. There are mica stains. I kind of assume it'll be possibly a mix, like depending on which ones you get, but I can always use more of these. So there's Burning Ember and Harvest Moon mica stains. We have some fabulous. This is the Ideology Halloween trimmings. This stuff's fun. Funny enough, I was going to order some of this. It looks, it's like tinsel. How fun is that? Love it. Here, let me try and get a little bit of it. Love it. So you get a pack of that, as well as the Halloween fringe. Fun. Ooh, yay! Same thing, I was going to order this. The Ideology candy corn confections. I hoard this stuff. Like, I got some last year. It was a little jack-o'-lantern and whatnot, and same thing. I think it was in the limited edition kit. Oh, cute. How fun are those? Are so cute. Seriously. Love it. So there's those. There's the Ideology Halloween mini flare. Fun. You get some gift bags. So you can decorate gift bags. There is this pack of tags. I like these. I like they're circle tags. You get those. There is an embossing folder. This is the pumpkin patch embossing folder. Love. Love. There is a pack of these adorable little dimensional stickers, little candy corn dimensional stickers, and they're all sparkly. Love. So you get those. There are thin 3D foam squares. Love. Can never have enough of those. Pattern paper. Very Halloween patterned paper. Ooh, love. Love. Oh, fun. Yes. Let's get a bunch of Halloween pattern paper. Simon's glitter paper. Also love. I've said this every time I show Simon's glitter paper. It die cuts like a dream. It doesn't shed. Love their glitter paper. SASSY Witch Hat Wafer die. Oh, yes. Yes. All the pieces to layer it up. Oh, I love this. I love it. I love the whole thing. It's fabulous. The stamp set. This is a 6x8 stamp set. This is the Home Sweet Haunted Home. Oh, I love this. Oh. Spooky Wishes, Trick or Treat, Hey Pumpkin, Home Sweet Haunted Home. Love it. Oh, I'm so excited. Love it. Stamp set. There's some stickers. We've got these fun little stickers. These ones are all like kind of holographic. And then these cute little pumpkins. Oh, they're just cute. Things like this would look really cute just to seal up your envelopes with, you know? So adorable. And then a stencil set, which I don't have the name of, but I'll have it when I upload this, I'm sure. But it's a layering set of little, those like, that's what it looks like, is those candy pumpkins. And then and candy corn. Cute. So it's got the layers to do everything. I love that. So yeah, you've got your layers to do the orange. And then this will be the top of the candy corn. And then the little like stem area. And oh, love it. Love it. So cute. And then some cardstock, of course. Fabulous. Simon Says cardstock. Okay, I have no idea what I'm going to make yet. Stay tuned for that. Like I said, this is a limited edition kit. I'll have a link, like always. As of filming this, I'm pretty sure these, like the Simon items, I know like the Ideology items are available individually. I'm pretty positive that the stamp set, the embossing folder, this stencil set, and this wafer die will also be available individually. So I'll have links to everything. I'll have links to the mica stains, because again, as of filming this, the Halloween mica stains are still available. These are limited edition as well. They only come out for the season. And yeah. Oh, this is just, there's so many good things. I'm so excited. You guys know me and my Halloween love. So anyway, stay tuned. I will have links below, and then just stay tuned and we'll see what I make. So as you can see, I ended up making 3 cards and barely scratched the surface of this kit. Anyway, for my first card, I had to use the SASSY Witch Hat wafer die. Love it. Love it. So I die cut it from the purple cardstock and used the black glitter cardstock for the band and the bow. And after I first die cut it, I fiddled with it to see how everything came together to make sure I knew what I was doing. And even then I didn't. I also decided to add a little bit of ink blending to the solid color cardstock. I tested it out on, like, this will be the base, so this gets covered, so it doesn't matter. But I'm using Simon's EARL ink, the medium gray shade, and just blended that on with a blending brush. It just, you know, gives it that little extra something. So I blended the pieces with that first. And then I started adhering everything together with craft tacky glue. You can use the glue stick that comes in the kit. Glue sticks are great. I used to always use glue sticks. When I first started card making, that's all I used. Now my go-to, you know, favorite glue is Simon's craft tacky glue. Been using it for years. It's just, you know, you just get used to something and it just works. So that's what I use. So I started putting it together, and this is like, I realized I didn't adhere the one part of the hat. I was like, oops. So that's what I mean. So I just kind of pried up. Thankfully, it hadn't fully set just yet. And yeah, stuck that right in there. And then adhered the other part of the brim, and then I can adhere the little bow. And yeah, I've got this fabulous little purple witch's hat with black sparkly, but I love it. I love it. So once I've got that adhered, I paired that with one of the pattern papers that comes in the kit, the one with the broomsticks on it. I was like, this is rather fitting. So I trimmed that down with my trimmer. But this paper is pretty busy. Like, I wanted the hat to stand out more. So I just grabbed a piece, like a big scrap of vellum from my stash, and trimmed that down to slightly smaller than the pattern paper. So it just helps kind of center, you know, ground the image a little bit and softens the look of the pattern paper. And I had stamped one of the sentiments from the stamp set onto just a scrap of black cardstock and white heat embossed it. And to attach vellum, you either need to completely cover it with adhesive, like run it through something like a Xyron, or you can cover the entire back with liquid adhesive. I've done that in like one video. Actually, the glue stick probably would have come in handy. Just as I'm editing this, I was like, derp, could have done that. Anyway, I strategically hid the glue behind the hat and the sentiment strip here with using the craft tacky glue, which does show. That's why I like tried to hide it behind everything. But yeah, if I had been thinking, I would have just used the glue stick. That would have been perfect. So anyway, got it all adhered. And because I'd used the craft tacky glue, parts of the vellum tend to curl up. That's why I don't like completely covering the back of vellum with a liquid adhesive, because it does make vellum curl. So to hide that as well, I put a few little just dots of glue, and then I just hid that with some embellishments. I have these Trinity Stamps Midnight Ball embellishment mix because, you know, I have multiple lifetimes worth of bling. So I adhered those in place to just hide the glue. Also add a bit of bling because why not? And then the inside of the card, I made all my card bases just Simon's smooth white cardstock. So they're all going to be top folding A2 cards. And on the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp another sentiment from the set with Simon's Iris ink, just a nice deep purple. And then I thought it would be cute to kind of scatter the little star images from the set, because there's a little solid-ish. I say ish because, you know, the images in the set are kind of sketchy, which I actually really love. So I sprinkled the stars around this sentiment, and then I inked those up with Simon's Citrine ink. So I just got, you know, some purple and some yellow and just fun. So ink those up, stamp those. That finished the inside of the card. And then I'm just going to adhere the card front panel with Simon's Big Mama foam tape. And that's going to finish card number 1. So featured, the hat, love. Second card, I could not get these little candy corn images out of my head. I was like, oh, I would love a background like this. And it's all one stamp. And I was like, I'm going to cut them apart. So I did. I know this really bothers some people, but it doesn't hurt them. And if you're going to get more use out of it, which I definitely did, totally worth it. So I just snipped these 4 little pieces of candy corn stamps apart with my little snips. And I also trimmed off just the excess bits of the photopolymer around them, just because. And then arranged them how I wanted, more in just a random pattern, so I can create an entire background with these. And I pulled out a piece of Nina Desert Storm cardstock, and I inked up the stamps with VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink, and then just stamped these across this entire piece of cardstock. So now I've got my background of candy corn, and then to color them in, I'm going to use my new Distress watercolor pencils. I've used these in a couple videos so far, and they're fun, and I knew they would show up on darker cardstock. So I wanted to test them on like my go-to fave, Nina Desert Storm. So I pulled out the Picket Fence. What are the other 2 colors I specifically used? Picket Fence, Spiced Marmalade, and Mustard Seed. And I just held the watercolor pencil and then just picked up the color with my little detail water brush from the pencil and applied it that way. So far, that's kind of my favorite way of using these. And yeah, I knew they show up on dark cardstock because, again, I watched Tim Holt's video showing these, and that's also why I purposely went with a darker cardstock, because I wanted the white on the candy corn to show up. I don't know why it's just a habit with me. So anyway, painted the orange, painted the yellow, and then painted the Picket Fence white on the ends of all of these. I didn't bother with making it perfect, because again, these are a little sketchy, doesn't need to be perfect. So once I had my little candy corns all painted up, I am going to, of course, add splatter. Can't have a Halloween card without some splatter. I got to get some in there. So after this was done, I put this just in my splat box, and I used black soot distress paint, of course. I totally forgot that I was still zoomed in. But yeah, black soot distress paint on my little palette, fan brush, pick up the paint, tap that onto this background, let that paint dry. While the paint was drying, I heat embossed another sentiment from that set onto the orange cardstock, and I die cut it with a circle wafer die. And then on the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp the little sentiment that says, "May your Halloween be sweet and corny." Love me some punny sentiments. So I stamped that on the inside with a Nocturne ink, and then I stamped those candy corn pieces with the Citrine ink and with Mandarin ink onto the inside of the card to tie it all together. So once the inside is fully stamped, I just kind of stamped these little candy corn pieces kind of randomly. And then for the card front, I had cut down the Desert Storm cardstock to, I think it was like 3 3/4 by 5 inches, something like that. And then matted it with the yellow cardstock. And then I popped that sentiment on there with the little foam squares. And then of course, Big Mama foam tape again. So I put this on the back of this panel because it gives me, you know, the dimension that is life. So adhere that into place. Once this is adhered, my second card is complete. And then for my third card, I had to use this big haunted house image. I love it. I love it. And I really liked this pattern paper. It's kind of like, it's like a dirty black, you know? I love it. And it's got little stars on it. So I was like, ooh, you know, this house would look great heat embossed on there. So I've got the house and the moon and the outline stars to create my little scene. So I'm going to put this in my Misty. I'm going to use my anti-static powder tool. And then I'm going to stamp all of these with just some white pigment ink. You can use clear embossing ink too. I'm finding more and more lately I'm enjoying using just a white pigment ink to stamp before I heat emboss because I can see it better. So then I know I got all the detail. So I stamped the images with white pigment ink and then I coated them with Simon's gold embossing powder and chef's kiss. When this melts, it just, yeah, this is such a simple card, but man, the detail, especially this house, is awesome. So melted all of that with my heat tool. See, and just beautiful, beautiful, love. And then I cleaned off my stamps, and on the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp that house again. And I'm going to stamp the big haunted house sentiment. So I'm going to ink up the house with that same EARL ink, the gray ink that I used in the beginning. And then the sentiment I'm inking up with that iris ink. So this also is another way that you could do like a clean and simple card. You know, more often than not, the insides of my cards are actually what would be termed as like just a regular card front, clean and simple style. But anywho, stamp those onto the inside of the card. And then I also lined up and stamped just the small Happy Halloween sentiment, you know, so it just ties it all together. It's got that lined up, and that I'm going to stamp with the Nocturne ink. And off camera, I had stamped the Happy Haunting sentiment onto the purple cardstock, and I had gold heat embossed that as well. So, and then I cut a piece of the same cardstock to slightly larger than my pattern paper. So I'm going to adhere those together. So it's got a little nice little frame to this little scene. And then I had to figure out where I was going to place the sentiment because I was, you know, normally off to the side, rule of thirds, all those things. But I was like, I don't want it to cover the house. I don't want it to cover the trees because they're fabulous. So I just stuck it right in the middle. Why not? So yeah, got that popped into place with those little foam squares. And then again, Big Mama foam tape. Got that into place to add some dimension and then got that adhered and that finished card number 3. And like I said, I barely scratched the surface with this kit. I still got to use the embossing folder and the stencils. So many things. So fun. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this kit is limited edition. I will have links to everything that's available individually as well. And yeah, you can check that out. All the links and info and whatnot below in the description box. And of course, I will also have a link to my blog post. I'll have the photos in the blog post, the info, etc. So you can check that out below if you are interested. Thank you all so much for thumbs upping, taking the time to watch, leaving comments. I very much appreciate it. You guys are helping, you know, the robot overlords to see that y'all are enjoying my videos. So they get pushed out a little bit more. Every little bit helps, and I very much appreciate it. And I will see you all very soon in the next video. Bye.